I call the next segment Great Minds Exposed. Why do I say that? Because I'm very blessed. I have at my beck and call an array of some of the most amazing, wonderful, brilliant, and impressive thinkers in the entire world. Many, many, many of them are profoundly respected experts in the business arena. And a couple of years ago, I brought a bunch of them together in a very unusual endeavor where I brought entrepreneurs of all kinds into a room, brought some of my favorite experts into the room, had them ready to talk, speak, explain their techniques, and I sat on stage with them and I questioned them and I clarified them and I acted as the translator, the torque converter, the bridge between their general business expertise and the specific issues and needs of the audience. You know how often you say, oh, wow, I loved reading that person's book or listening to that person speak, but I don't get how to take their theory and apply it to my specific business situation? Well, if you watch the following, now you will. Enjoy.
My first salary in football was $12,500. In 1978, my last year in professional football, when I was the MVP of the league, as Jay mentioned, been in 3 Super Bowls, set all the passing records, I made more money than anybody. $275,000 was my salary, which was the top salary in all of football. They pay the ball boys that much today. In football as in business, you know, it's a matter of understanding and figuring out how to do it. They don't teach you this at Harvard. They don't teach you this at Stanford. But in order to figure out how to do it, you got to go do it. You got to put your fingers and your toes in the soil, and you've got to do it. And you've got to do it with fundamentals, not with smoke and mirror, get rich quick schemes. I love all the people that come join me. You know, come do my deal. It's easy. There's nothing to it. We got the greatest business wheels. We got the lead system. We got the this. We got the that. Come, and I'll take you to the next level. Have any of you ever heard that? Let me tell you a truth here. If anybody ever tells you that, run out the door as fast as you can run. Get out of there. Unfortunately, most people listen to that stuff. They're looking for a get-rich-quick, silver bullet solution, and they never find it. And let me tell you this. Nobody else, I couldn't make you or take you to the next level. You cannot take me to the next level, nor can anybody else take you and I to the next level. I came into professional football, and the scouting report on me was slow but small. I was 6 feet tall, 185 pounds. And the person that made me the record-setting quarterback that I was, the person that made me a player that got inducted into the National Football League and the Collegiate Hall of Fame was me. It was my belief system. It was my effort. It was my willingness to want to get better and better and better. But also, I understood another truth, that if I could find partners that were 1 + 1 = 3, partners that cared about me and I cared about them, partners that wanted to try to help me make money and me help them make money, then I could be so much better than just alone. In football, I wanted the best linemen, the best running backs, the best receivers, the best defensive backs. I wanted the best dietitians, the best medical staff, the best coaches, the best trainers, the best water boys. I wanted the best, because if I had that, I had a chance to be better. I can assure you that Tom Brady up in New England, who is a wonderful player, would not be near as good without all the great pieces around that organization, from ownership to scouts, to general manager, to coaches, to players. Brett Favre, a few years ago, the record for the Green Bay Packers was 4 wins and 12 losses. This last year, they were 12 wins and 4 losses. In those 2 years difference times, did he just learn how to play football in the last 2 years, or did he have better teammates, better partners? Well, obviously he had better teammates and better partners. He knew how to play. That's true in sports, but it's also true in business. But it's very hard to find people in business that really care about helping you and I build a better business with substance and fundamentals that made a partnership 1 + 1 = 3. And the first measure of partnership for an entrepreneur or for anybody else is I want to deal with people that simply do what they say they're going to do, that actually answer their phones, that return phone calls. Because you and I both, we have people that don't return the phone calls, right?
You're right.
Answer our calls. Now, what do you think about that when that happens? I'll tell you what I think. They don't care. And most likely, they don't care. But the more I'm an entrepreneur, I'm better today at 68 than I was at 58 or 48 or 38 or 28 because I've learned from my experiences. And every great entrepreneur, I've learned at the feet of Sam Walton. I'm gonna name drop you now. I knew Sam Walton back in the early 80s. I went to Bentonville many times. I've been to many of his store openings. And he may arguably be the greatest businessman that ever lived. He was an entrepreneur. He didn't go to Harvard. He didn't go to college. He just got it done. And he learned to do it because he knew every part of his business. And he questioned everything. He assumed nothing. And he asked questions of everybody. I've ridden in his old pickup truck. He never had a new pickup truck. And I've ridden in that pickup truck with him from his office to lunch at the Holiday Inn, and they had a buffet lunch, and listened to him talk. But he would even ask me questions. I was in my early 40s, and asked me my opinions because he was inquisitive. But everything was quick. He didn't procrastinate. He got it done. Let me tell you one story about how Mr. Sam worked. He had, on Saturdays, he had his managers come in, and they could come in their hunting outfits, their fishing outfits. They didn't care how they dressed, but they'd come in on 8 o'clock Saturday morning and stay to 12 o'clock Saturday. And they discussed everything. But he got up there this one particular time, and he said to the people out there, he said, we've got a shrinkage problem. Now, shrinkage being in the retail business, people stealing from them in the stores. I don't remember the exact percentages, but they said, Mr. Sam said, our shrinkage is up to 1/4%, and it should be at 1/8 of 1%, and because this is a quarter, it's costing us $8 zillion, and we've got to find a solution for it. So here's old Harry over here, and he pointed Harry out, and Harry's going to be the person in charge of getting all the information from you people this week so that we can come up with a recommendation of how we're going to get this shrinkage back down where it should be, and we're going to make a decision by this time next week, and we'll announce it to you. He didn't say next year. He wasn't going to have a committee set up to go out and do things. He was going to take charge of that himself. Entrepreneurs do that.